little bit larger because it is one of the side jobs of my dad. And then I like doing it because the fact that I'll wake up every morning and go and pick eggs is saving another energy altogether.
So it's an eggs.
No, I like the poultry thing altogether. We feeding them, and then some dying. I remember one time I had to do a funeral for one of my chickens. So I love me doing the animal farming thing.
So you can formulate your own feed for the animals and things like that.
Yes, because I remember I had to go to the sawmill and then get sawdust. And then when I come, I had to take all the animals out and then spread the sawdust, clean their, and spread the sawdust all over the place and then take them back inside. Yes, so I can do.
Interesting. Again, I see that you like writing and you like acting.
Yes, please.
Okay, so later on we'll be doing a bit of writing. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Right.
This one. Hello.
Okay.
So there's an assertion by students that students believe that the SRC has this mantra: God for each one for himself, God for us all, when it comes to security. So how would your administration beef up security of the students, especially at the diaspora? Please, do you get it?
I'll be glad if you could come again with a question.
So I said that students believe that the SRC has this mantra that goes, each one for himself, God for us all, when it comes to security, especially at the diaspora. So how would your administration beef up security issues concerning the students at the diaspora?
Thank you very much.
Please let me land. So here I'm looking for a prototype, okay, a sample of what you would do to beef up security issues. We've already had a lot of theory from the first candidate, so kindly give us practical steps, okay? And also, looking at the situation before or at hand, kindly use it to analyze this question.
Thank you very much, the Chair. First, I need to establish that it is not the case that when it comes to security, each one for himself, God for us. So that's not a assertion by the SRC. Because I know the SRC in past years has introduced the watchdog that is responsible for ensuring security in the diaspora.
The assertion is made by students, okay? Students think that the SRC has that mantra. When you report security issues to them, they will be like, each one for himself, God for us all, so take care of yourself. That's the assertion that the students are making. So as the SRC, how would you beef up the security issues concerning students at the diaspora? And here I'm looking out for a prototype, a sample, an innovative measure of how you do that.
Thank you very much, the Chair. I think it is very important that when you are speaking of security, you include the officers in charge of security, and that is the police. Here at the University of Campus, we have a security session at outside that is very visible on campus. It is just necessary that, one, we push them or we create for them stations. We create for them stations that allow them to be at vantage points at the diaspora so that they can be able to check activities or criminal activities and to also protect students. There's also the need that the SRC, which has already created a watchdog, to also beef up the security or the appliances or the instruments that are used by these watchdogs in order to protect the student. We need to also increase the number of watchdog personnel we have in the diaspora. I do not know the exact number we have currently, but I believe that it is just prudent we increase the number. The last time I saw some of them, there were 3 at the Amamuma Ayensu Junction. There were just 3 of them, and they were holding just a stick. It is necessary that even if we do not provide them with shockers, there's the need we provide them, or we add a police personnel to them, and a police officer to them who can be holding a gun that can scare criminals or wayward individuals away, and to also protect the student.
Have you seen the police patrol at Ayensu before?
I have.
Have you ever been to Ayensu at the night before?
Yes, I have. But you do not see the security every time. I think on a count of 10, I should say I've seen them twice at Ayensu in a patrol moving.
Okay, so let me get to your vice president first before I give you my analysis. So in your earlier submissions, you made mention of some impacts that you've used your current position as the FASA treasurer to achieve. Kindly outline one of them to me, to the panel, sorry. Aside the sponsorship you made of BB, if I heard it right.
Please come again.
Veronica, we don't have the whole day, okay? So kindly pay attention. In your earlier submission, you made mention of some impacts that you've used your current position as the FASA treasurer to make at the faculty level. So aside the BBF case that you made, can you outline any of the impact that you've created in the faculty?
Thank you, the chair, for the question. Another impact I have had on the faculty of our students is that I have also inspired some of them to take up positions. Because sometimes people come around you and then they want to take up positions and then they feel like they are not worth taking those positions. But with my position, I've been able to engage them and then take them through the things that they can do and then encourage them to also take up positions. I think that is one of the impacts I've also had on the faculty.
So who have you motivated to take a position? It's on record, so who have you motivated to take position?
I think I've motivated quite a number of people.
So mention one out of a lot.
Okay, so like a guy called DJ Kofi that is currently vying for my position. He contacted me about he wanting to vie for the position, and then I had to tell him how to go about it and encourage him to, I think, do.
Okay. Now to your substantive question, okay. There is the assertion, today my favorite word is assertion, that the vice president or the vice presidential role or its job description is that it's ceremonial, okay. So they don't practice or they don't execute their duties well. And people think it should be squashed from the system, okay. So as the UCC Src vice president hopeful, okay, how would you capitalize on this assertion to change the narrative?
Thank you, the chair, for the question. First of all, I don't believe that it is just a ceremonial position and then it should be squashed off. The reason why I'm saying that is that every president needs somebody that would help him and in his administration. And then one might say that the secretary will be there to help the president in performing there. But these people might even be coming from different teams. You see, we have teams like currently we are the governor. So this current secretary that is there will not believe in the policies and then ideas of the president. But since the vice president came with this president, she would have the same ideology as the president, and then they would work together. So if the president needs support, then instead of going to the secretary who might be coming from a different team and does not believe in his ideas, the vice president will be somebody that would rather believe in his ideas and then help him as well. And also one reason why I feel like it shouldn't be squashed off is that in case this president resigns, or in the case of death, the secretary cannot take up the position of the president. She also has her roles to play. So there should be somebody that in the immediate time would take up the position of the president till a by-election.
Okay, so you made mention of teams, okay. When you're elected, okay, would you bring your secretary from your team to work as a UCC General Secretary?
No, please.
So it's a collective responsibility. We are all coming from a different role, a different background to play this responsibility. So if you say that we are coming from a different team and the secretary would not have the idea that your team has, what are you trying to communicate to the panel and to the general public?
Thank you, the chair. I believe that everybody came with ideas and then policies. Even though all these executives come together for the well-being of the SRC, everybody has his own ideology. That is why the coordinating secretary said, I have a program because in my policy I said I wanted to do this. The secretary might also say, maybe I also want to organize the secretarial program because in my policies I wanted to do that. So everybody has things they believe in. So the secretary you're saying can help the president or take up.
I didn't say that.
Okay, let's say they are like I am saying that the secretary can help. That secretary might not be interested in that particular policy the current president had, and then is trying to implement. So the president will need somebody that also believes in the same policies and knows how to go about these policies, so that in case of anything, she takes up the position, to also do the right thing that president is.
Well, is it my understanding that should you get the nod and